he, if I don't give him gratitude, appreciation, give him attention.
Okay, but what happened here today that we're here?
I don't know. He went to the pool, maybe he like, blah, 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 blah.
How do you get the phone back?
The garbage is always...
Just relax for now, okay? Have a seat. No, just relax.
Shoot me?
Have a seat.
You're gonna shoot me? Shoot me.
No, come on. Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
Why am I going to jail?
Into the vehicle. Feet in.
Why am I going to jail?
I'll explain to you now, okay?
Today, we're witnessing a textbook Karen moment, but this one goes far beyond the usual meltdown. What starts as a routine identity check inside a hotel rapidly spirals into total chaos. She refuses to cooperate, challenges every instruction, and with each passing second, digs herself deeper into a situation she could have ended instantly. Voices rise, authority shifts, and the power dynamic flips in real time until the handcuffs finally click shut and every argument stops. This is the kind of escalation you can't look away from, where one simple choice turns a minor inquiry into an unavoidable arrest in the middle of a hotel corridor.
The guy standing 9 minutes not staying with us.
Hello. Hey, where's room 15?
Have a great night.
Bye. Yeah, this lady says she's got warrants and all kinds of shit. They've been off since they got.
Yeah. Hello. Hey, sir, how's it going?
Okay.
You want to step out for me so we can talk? If you keep your hands out of your pocket for me.
Okay.
You're fine. If you could just hold the door.
Yes, sir.
So what's going on?
Nothing new. Nothing?
Nothing. I'm not here for no reason either.
Okay. Go ask her.
I'll talk to her after I speak with you. I have to talk to both parties. Oh, you don't want to follow up? Oh, okay. So what happened?
I mean, my head is hurting. So
Yeah? You need medical attention?
Right here, you can feel it right here.
You want me to call meds so they can check you
I
out?
thought it was bleeding, but it's not. It's not.
But still, you want me to call meds or no?
You can look. I can feel my head.
I'm not going to say it, but I'm saying, are you okay or do you need meds?
It hurts. Yeah. It just hurts. So,
Do you want me to roll meds to check you out or are
it's
you
not
okay?
bleeding. It's not bleeding. It's not bleeding like normal.
All right, so-
Stab here. That's a stab.
Where?
That's a stab.
Or this? That?
A stab here.
Like now or before? Oh. Alright, so what happened?
What happened tonight? Waiting for my wife to come home. She came home and she just started pounding me. So, as usual.
So this is not the first time it's happened? Okay. You guys married? Did your girlfriend married? You guys have kids together or no? No? How long you guys been married for?
Married in 4/27/13.
So about almost 10 years?
And then remarried in August of 21.
You guys live together now or?
We do. Yes.
So wait, she was already in the room when you got here?
I was here by myself.
When she came in?
Yes.
And what happened then after she came in?
Staring me in the face again. So I'm right here. I have video of it if you want to see it.
Yeah, I'll get it right now. I'm just waiting for my partner also to get it. And was there an argument that happened before or she just came in?
I was at the pool. She left. Took off. And then came back and then started pounding me in the head. So.
With what? With an object? With her hand? Or with her hand? Okay. Did you hit her back or did you just walk? Okay. Do you have ID on you or?
I do, of course, yes.
Are you coming from Texas?
We're trying to move here, yes.
Oh yeah? What part?
San Antonio.
Okay. No, and what part you guys trying to move to?
Here?
Oh, all the way down here?
Yeah.
Okay. You liking it?
Yeah.
Alright.
Right there.
Alright, here's my partner. I'm going to step in and speak with him.
Go ahead. There you go, good.
Alright, can we come this way real quick?
Hey, ma'am. 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 Hey, ma'am. You could just open your hand for me. I don't know what's inside your hand.
It's
A lighter? Alright, you could just place it on the bed. You want to at least sit down on the bed so you can speak with me?
I'm a lady.
Yeah, I understand. So what's going on? What happened tonight?
I'm just nothing. I'm just here.
You're what?
I'm doing nothing, sir.
Well, what happened? I'm not, like I told your husband, I'm not here for no reason.
Sir, I'm just here. I'm just here, sir. We're just trying to buy some property. We're in Islamorada. We're just trying to buy some property, and my husband just gets a little irrational, and he gets a little loud and drinking, and I just.
Were you guys drinking this afternoon?
No, I mean, we had some weed. We have some beers and wine. That's all we have, beers and wine, but we don't do nothing else. So that's it.
Did you guys argue today?
No, I mean, he just works, and I work and whatnot, and I'm a retired doctor. He works in
How long have you guys been married?
15 years.
15 years?
Yeah.
You guys have any kids together or no?
No. I'm a retired doctor, so yeah. I'm
So
just.
what happened to the TV?
I was doing yoga.
Hold on, just give me a second.
I was just doing that.
I have one by Texas DL.
I was doing that. I did that. And
Yeah?
I went like that, and I kicked it. So.
Okay.
and I do yoga, so I accidentally kicked this. So.
Yeah. Alright.
I do a lot of. I'm a hippie dippy yoga chick, so I do a lot of yoga things. You can see my yoga.
Okay, so what happened between you guys tonight?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing? Were you guys arguing? Because you said he became irrational, or?
Sir, I don't know what. Why don't you ask Rachel or Lady?
Well, I'm speaking to you guys first, then I'll speak to other people.
Sir, I did nothing. I was just sleeping.
You were sleeping all day?
Sir, I walk, so I don't know what's going on. I do yoga, spiritual things, so kumbaya.
Okay. So you guys didn't argue today?
Sir, I do a lot of yoga, walking things. I do spiritual stuff. So.
Did you and your husband argue today?
No.
No?
I've been walking all day, sir.
Okay. So that's all you're gonna tell me?
Sir, look at my room. I mean, my space is spiritual.
Okay. If I can just see your hands. You have ID on you?
My ID is no, I don't have my ID.
You don't carry an ID?
My ID is at my I don't have any ID on me right now. No, it's at my friend's house. No.
Here's the moment everything changes. By refusing to identify herself during an active investigation, she leaves officers with no legal alternative but to detain her and establish who they're dealing with. What could have ended in seconds instantly crosses a legal threshold. From that point on, control is no longer optional, it's mandatory. That single decision flips the encounter from a routine inquiry into an arrest trajectory, and once that line is crossed, there's no walking it back.
You want to give me your name? You don't want to tell me what happened?
Wait, why?
Are you going to give me your name?
Yes, I will give you my name.
Okay.
But why?
Your name and date of birth.
Wait,
No, don't step over there.
what is my husband telling you?
Well, that's why I'm trying to get your story too. Are you gonna tell me?
What is he telling you?
Tell me your side of the story. What happened?
I did nothing wrong to you, sir.
I didn't say anything. I'm trying to figure out what happened tonight.
Nothing happened to me.
So, can I get your name and date of birth?
My name is Michelle.
I need your full name.
Michelle.
Okay.
Michelle.
Do you have a middle name, Michelle?
Michelle.
Do you have a middle name?
No.
Okay, could you spell your last name for me? Could you spell it?
No, I can't.
You don't know how to spell your last name?
Why? You can figure it out.
No, could you tell me your last name?
I don't know what are you trying to figure out?
So we got called in here for a domestic.
What's the domestic?
That's what we're trying to figure out what happened.
What's the domestic?
We're trying to figure out what happened.
What's the domestic, sir? What's the domestic? What's the domestic?
If you want to just have a seat, I'm speaking with my partner.
Wait, what's the domestic?
Talk to me. What's going on? I know you spoke to him already, so I'm just trying to.
I mean, look, man, my wife's bipolar, one, manic. She's supposed to be on meds.
Okay.
And she gets crazy, so that's me, and she goes to jail. So.
Okay. Were you guys arguing?
Not at all. Today I went to the pool, I did my conference calls, I came back, she left, she came back, my head is fucking...
0150 in service, zero.
Your head?
You can feel it right here, I have a knot right there. Yeah.
Okay.
Video. She broke the TV, she broke my computer, she broke my phone.
Okay.
Here's my phone, and my phone, just can't open my phone now.
With the head, how did it happen?
She hit me in the head.
With what? With her hands?
Yeah.
So like a punch, a slap? What hand was she facing you this way?
Yes, sir.
What hand she hit you with?
Right hand.
With the right hand?
Yes, sir.
So she kind of just went like this to you?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Several times.
Okay.
But here's my phone,
And then what she did to the phone?
It was just several days ago. I can't even open it. It's broken. The TV is broken.
Okay.
Her phone is broken. My computer, if you can see, is broken too. If I look at my computer in my back, she broke that too. She stepped on it. Her footprints were on it.
Okay. How long you guys been together?
5/28/08 was the first kiss. We married 4/27/13. We got divorced and we remarried in August of 21.
Okay. Have you been drinking?
Yeah, we did wine and stuff. So.
Go check.
I don't touch her, so I just...
Okay. Did you try to block her from hitting you, prevent her from hitting you or anything like that?
Service goes around the nose, I'm off
I have it on video. Yeah.
You have a video of it?
Yeah.
You don't mind showing me?
Yeah, sure. Good. Of course. Of course, I can't open... When I open my phone, it's broken.
Is Sierra 443 clear from this?
See that?
Yeah, it's got like a little glitch, just the screen probably. How about on the front side of it?
Yeah, that actually works, obviously. We're doing that.
If you don't mind?
Yeah, sure.
Oh my god. You're incredible.
She threw the trash out.
Holy fuck. You are something else, Rochelle. Go ahead. Just beat the fuck out of him. Go ahead. Got you on video. Oh my god.
No more.
You're really what? Ass left? You're putting your ass?
Rochelle, go to sleep, please. Go to sleep. Oh my god, look at this.
She threw the trash out of here and stuff. That's
Where are you guys originally from?
Our home is in San Antonio, Texas.
Okay.
So Rochelle doesn't like Texas, so she will never claim that. She's from California.
Okay.
We're married, but she hates Texas.
You guys got kids together?
No.
No kids?
I have 3 boys from prior marriage.
From prior
She has
marriage?
1 child.
She has kids?
1 child.
One?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How long are you guys staying in the room?
We're trying to find a permanent place here, so this is kind of like temporary right now, so as long as we can, but obviously this.
You gave my partner your ID by any chance?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
Yeah?
6117 Wayne is...
Yeah.
That's fine, dude. Alright. If I give you a statement from, you write a statement for me? Of the account of what happened?
Sure.
Okay. Let me just wait for him to come out.
I mean, my head is pounding.
You want Rescue to take a look at you just in case?
I feel it, dude. Like,
I mean, I see a slight bump there,
yeah,
so
I do feel it. Yeah.
you want them to come take a look at you?
It'll be fine. It's been a normal day.
Yeah.
It's a typical, that's how it works. Oh, God, she's like, he
You
was
mind putting your hands like this just for me? Okay.
He was like,
Go like this to your fingertip. Just squeeze one of your fingertips on the top, on the tip. Let it go. All right. No, I'm just trying to make sure that you're.
yeah, I'm good. He was like, I have to call the police. I'm like, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
He was a nice sort of Nigerian man.
And how many times have you guys gotten into physical altercations? Tonight, that time.
You can look it up.
You guys there's that many?
I've never done anything.
Ma'am, what's your name?
What's the domestic? What's
Okay, listen to what I'm going to tell you.
wait, what's the domestic first of all?
Listen to what I'm going to tell you. We're here for a disturbance, okay?
What's the domestic?
The disturbance. We're here for a disturbance.
I don't understand what's the
A disturbance is somebody was causing havoc. Somebody was yelling, somebody was screaming, so we're here for that reason.
I don't
Okay?
understand.
Now, I need your ID or your name and date of birth.
Michelle,
Okay. You have an ID with you by any chance?
I do not.
You do not have an ID with you? You have a passport with you?
I do not.
You don't have your passport with you? You don't have your ID? Are you from Florida, from California, from Los Angeles, from Texas, from New York? What state are you from? Ma'am?
Maybe I'm an illegal.
Okay. You still have a name, right? You would still have some sort of ID.
Why are you being
Right?
so irrational to me?
I'm asking you questions and you're not answering my questions. Okay? I'm here for a disturbance. I need to identify you so that I know who I'm talking to. If I don't know who I'm talking to, how can I address you? I'm not going to address you as nobody.
I have no ID.
Okay, so what's your first name?
My name is Michelle.
Michelle, is it a common spelling? Michelle?
Yes.
Do you have a middle name by any chance? Middle
Michelle.
name? The middle name? Spell that one for me. Like that?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your date of birth?
What's my date of birth?
6117 units, code 5.
Units code 5, thank you.
Oh my god.
What's your date of birth, Michelle?
Oh my god. I can't believe this is happening.
This is why calm, methodical questioning works. It lets contradictions surface on their own without unnecessary escalation.
Okay. Why is this
Answer my question.
Okay. It's
What's your date of birth?
Why is this happening, first of all?
I already...
69.
1969. Okay. Alright. Do you mind telling me what happened today?
Nothing, sir.
Okay. So why...
I took off. My husband was doing whatever he was doing.
Okay.
I walked around and I took off and I was like doing whatever and he was like at the pool and I was like, what? He's like weird. He's a narcissist, and if I don't pay him attention, if I don't like paw him, I
Just
give him
move
love.
back for me. Just
okay,
move
I'm
back for
sorry.
me. No.
if I don't like love him, love him, love him,
Traffic, Florida 49th Street.
give him attention.
Turn this up for me, please. Appreciate it.
673-4, Victor Golf, 673-4, PG on black.
If I don't give him attention all the time, love him.
Okay.
I don't like giving lovey. Oh, if I don't lovey. If I don't lovey. Like, oh, if I don't pee, it's like, if I don't, honey, if I don't pee.
Okay, but do you mind explaining to me what happened? What happened today?
I went to, he's a big fucking, okay, we're living here, we're buying property, here, so, we're buying property here, so.
Okay.
I don't give him gratitude, appreciation, give him attention.
Okay, but what happened here today that we're here?
I don't know. He went to the pool, maybe he like, blah.
How did he get the bump on the side of his head?
Maybe he like hit his head.
How he hit his head?
Maybe he fell on the ground. I don't know, sir. I don't know.
Okay.
I honestly
Have you been arguing today?
No, I was sleeping, sir. I honestly don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Do me a favor, put your hands like this. Let me see something real quick. Why is your knuckle red?
My knuckles aren't red. Look.
See that knuckle right there? See how it is?
No, my knuckles aren't red.
Look at this. How did you get those there?
My knuckles aren't red, sir. My knuckles aren't red.
Okay.
My knuckles aren't red.
That knuckle is red.
No, my knuckles
and
aren't
you have some marks there.
These knuckles aren't red. No, these knuckles aren't red.
Okay.
These knuckles aren't red. These knuckles aren't red. These knuckles aren't. You know what? These knuckles aren't
Okay.
red. You know what? These knuckles aren't red. These knuckles aren't
So
red.
tell me what happened here today.
I was.
Okay. How did the garbage end up outside the door?
The garbage is.
No, the garbage spread out outside the door.
The garbage.
No?
The garbage is always.
Do me a favor, put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. No. Put your hands behind your back.
The garbage is. The garbage is always.
Just relax for now, okay? No. Just relax for now.
The garbage is always outside. The garbage is always outside.
You just provided me with your false name, okay? You gave me a wrong name. That's a crime. Okay? Alright. Now do me a favor. How about a seat here? Have a seat there.
The garbage is always outside.
Have a seat there. Sit down.
The
There you go.
garbage is always outside.
Explain to me what happened.
The garbage is always outside.
Explain to me what happened here today.
The garbage is always outside.
We're past that point. What happened in this room here today?
The garbage is always outside. The garbage is always outside. I don't know what you're looking at, sir.
Okay. How long have you been with your husband?
15 years, sir.
15 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you guys had any domestic issues in the past?
You know what? I don't know what you're looking at, okay?
Ma'am?
I will find my...
What's your actual name?
You know what? I'm going to find my attorney.
Okay, what's your actual name?
You know what? Whatever.
You don't want to answer any questions?
You know what? Where's my husband right now?
Okay, I'm asking you some questions.
I'm asking you,
Do you want to answer my questions?
you know what? I'm going to ask you, where's my husband right now?
Your husband right now, it's irrelevant where your husband is at right now.
Oh, well...
Okay?
then what's
Because I'm asking you certain questions.
She's not gonna talk. He told me he was at the pool doing meetings, and she left. He came back, showered.
Have a seat.
Oh, what are you going to do? Fucking
Have
kill me?
a seat.
What are you going to do? Fucking kill me?
Ma'am, have a seat.
What are you going to do? Fucking kill me?
Have a
You
seat,
shoot
ma'am.
me? You're going to fucking shoot me?
Have a seat,
What are you
ma'am.
going to do? Fucking shoot me? You're going to fucking
Have a
shoot
seat.
me? You're going to fucking shoot me? Fucking shoot me. Then
All
fucking...
right. Come on.
Don't...
No, come on. Let's go.
No.
Come on. Oh, let's go. My car or your car?
Oh, mine
Yours is in the front. You put it over here. Keep going. going that way.
Why am I
Go
going
ahead.
to fucking jail? Why am I going to fucking jail? Why am I going to jail? Why am I going to jail? Wait, why am I going to jail? Why am I,
What is that in your pocket? Is that your phone in your pocket?
It's a fucking e-cigarette,
Okay.
dude. Why am I going to jail?
Explain to you now.
Why am I
Turn
going
around.
to jail?
Turn around.
Why
Turn
am I-
around.
why
Is there
am I-
anything in your back pocket?
No, why am I going
Nothing
to
in-
jail?
all right.
Why am I going to jail?
Into the vehicle. Feet in.
Why am I going to
I'll
jail?
explain to you now. Okay?
Why am I going to jail, huh?
I'll explain it to you now, okay? Just give me a second.
Yeah, explain it.
Let me just put the seatbelt on for you. That way you don't get hurt, okay?
Oh, I can fucking get hurt. I don't need that, please. I don't need that.
Move up a little bit.
Nah.
Move up a little bit, ma'am. Ma'am, move up a little bit.
Go ahead.
Ma'am, move up a little bit.
J85,
Can you move up a little bit, ma'am, please? Thank you.
This hurts. Why am I going to jail?
For domestic battery, ma'am.
Domestic battery?
Yes, ma'am. And for providing you false information.
What did I
You
do?
didn't give me your name. You gave me somebody else's name.
Domestic battery?
Yes, ma'am.
What did I do to him? Oh, domestic battery?
Yes, ma'am.
What did I do to him? Domestic battery?
Just lean back.
Domestic
Lean back. There you go.
Domestic battery?
Yes, ma'am.
Picture yourself checking into a quiet hotel for the night. The hallway is carpeted, the doors are shut, the air is still. Nothing about this place suggests danger. No sirens, no crowds, no urgency. It is the kind of space where problems are supposed to dissolve, not begin. Now picture that calm shattering without warning, a raised voice. A claim that makes no sense. A sudden fixation on identity, who you are, what you're called, whether you have to say anything at all. In this moment, someone insists that words alone are armor, that refusing to answer is protection, that repeating the same question louder somehow restores control. Within seconds, the situation jumps tracks. What began as a routine attempt to understand what happened inside one room starts carrying consequences that do not rewind. The tone hardens. Commands replace questions. Time compresses. A space meant for rest becomes a holding area, and the idea of just explaining things quietly disappears. This is the point most people misunderstand. They believe silence is a shield. They believe credentials matter. They believe that if they argue long enough, reality pauses. But none of that stops what's already in motion. In fact, those beliefs often accelerate it, because somewhere between refusal and repetition, a line is crossed one the person doesn't see until it's too late. By the end of this encounter, the outcome is not a warning or a conversation. It is custody. It is paperwork. It is a night that ends in a place no one plans to visit. And the reason why has nothing to do with volume, outrage, or intention. It has everything to do with a moment people rarely recognize until it's irreversible. The central legal question in this case is deceptively simple. When does a conversation stop being voluntary? And at what point does refusal transform an interaction into lawful detention and then into arrest? Most people believe there is a clean switch. That as long as they do not consent, do not answer, or do not feel detained, they remain in control. This belief is widespread, confident, and legally wrong. The dominant myth at work here is the idea that invoking rights replaces compliance, that you can decline identification, deflect questions, argue semantics, and still freeze the process in place. In reality, rights do not cancel lawful procedure. They exist within it. This case is not about what someone says they believe. It is about how the law evaluates behavior in real time, under uncertainty, when officers are required to identify who they are dealing with and determine whether a crime may have occurred. And here is the critical point most people miss. The moment identity becomes necessary to complete an investigation, refusal does not preserve freedom. it reshapes the legal terrain. By the end of this video, you will understand why the thing she believed would protect her silence, deflection, and insistence on control is exactly what made arrest inevitable. Here is the compressed version of what matters. Stripped of noise. The setting is a hotel room during an extended stay. Management reports a disturbance, raised voices, erratic behavior, and concern that a domestic incident may be unfolding behind a closed door. That single fact frames everything that follows. Once a possible domestic situation is in play, the response is no longer optional or casual. It carries a mandatory duty to assess safety, identify the parties involved, and determine whether probable cause exists. Inside the room are two spouses. One presents with visible signs of injury to the head. There are damaged personal items, electronics, a television, a phone. These are not abstract complaints. They are tangible indicators that force an investigation forward. At this point, the goal is narrow and procedural. Establish identities, separate accounts, and stabilize the scene. One spouse answers directly, the other does not. Instead of a coherent timeline, responses fragment. Names are partial or withheld, dates of birth are avoided, contradicted, or delayed. Basic identification, normally a brief formality, never settles. Each attempt to clarify resets the conversation back to zero. This matters more than most people realize. In domestic investigations, uncertainty itself is a risk factor. When answers do not stabilize, officers cannot simply leave it alone. The law requires them to resolve identity and assess whether violence occurred, especially when physical injury and property damage are present. As the questioning continues, additional details accumulate. Inconsistent explanations, visible redness on knuckles, and a refusal to comply with simple positioning requests meant to maintain safety. None of these actions, standing alone, guarantee arrest. But together, they form a pattern. A disturbance becomes a domestic inquiry. A domestic inquiry requires identification. Identification fails. And when that failure persists, the interaction begins to shift from voluntary cooperation into lawful detention, not because of attitude, but because the investigation cannot legally move forward without control. That is the compressed path to the pivot. Everything changes here. Up to this point, the interaction still exists in a narrow window of possibility. The questions are investigative. The tone, while firm, remains corrective rather than coercive. There is still a path back to de-escalation. That path closes the moment lawful control is refused. At the precise point where identification has failed repeatedly, where answers remain unstable, and where physical indicators suggest a domestic battery may have occurred, officers are no longer evaluating a hypothetical. They are managing a risk. The legal dynamic shifts from information gathering to scene control. The key moment is not the argument. It is not the emotion. It is not the belief that one is being treated unfairly. It is the refusal to comply with a lawful detention step after that detention has already been justified. The moment repeated commands to reposition and submit to temporary control are ignored, the law treats the situation differently. What was once voluntary becomes compulsory. What was once conversational becomes custodial. From that instant forward, the outcome is no longer negotiable through words. This is where many people miscalculate. They assume compliance is optional until handcuffs appear. In reality, handcuffs appear because compliance has already failed. The law does not wait for agreement once probable cause and officer safety converge. The moment control is resisted, the legal status changes completely. At that point, the investigation does not need persuasion to continue. It needs completion. And from there, every next step follows automatically. To understand why this outcome becomes unavoidable, the law has to be unpacked in the correct order. Not emotionally, not narratively, procedurally. Start with the myth. The common belief is that refusing to answer questions is the same as asserting a right. That silence, deflection, or repetition can suspend an investigation until a lawyer appears. This belief collapses the moment an officer is legally required to establish identity and assess a reported act of violence. Now the statute. In a domestic disturbance investigation, officers are authorized and often required to determine who is involved, whether an offense occurred, and whether there is probable cause to believe a battery took place. When physical injury is visible, when property damage is documented, and when accounts conflict, the threshold for further action is not high, it is practical. This is where probable cause enters. Probable cause does not mean certainty. It means that, based on observable facts, a reasonable officer could believe a crime may have occurred. A visible head injury, damaged electronics, and a consistent account from one party can satisfy that threshold. At that point, the investigation must continue to completion. This is where X becomes Y. What began as a disturbance inquiry becomes a domestic battery investigation once those indicators align. Next comes the identification requirement. To proceed lawfully, officers must know who they are dealing with. Identification is not a courtesy in this context. It is a necessity. Refusing to provide a name, giving incomplete information, or providing information that cannot be verified does not preserve neutrality. It creates obstruction. This is where X becomes Y again. Refusal stops being passive and starts becoming conduct. Speech versus conduct matters here. Saying, "I don't want to talk," is speech. Repeatedly preventing identification during a lawful detention is conduct. The law protects the first. It regulates the second. Now, consider control. Once detention is justified, officers may issue commands designed to maintain safety and complete the process. These commands are evaluated under the objectively reasonable standard. The question is not whether the person feels controlled. It is whether a reasonable officer would believe control is necessary under the circumstances. Here, repeated noncompliance changes the equation. This is where X becomes Y. Failure to follow lawful commands during detention transforms a temporary hold into physical restraint, not as punishment, but as a tool to finish what the law already requires. Now, the charge escalation. Domestic battery is a distinct offense. It does not require severe injury. It requires unwanted physical contact between qualifying parties. Visible injury supports it. So does corroborated damage consistent with an altercation. Providing false information is separate. Giving an incorrect name, refusing to clarify identity, or intentionally misleading during an active investigation constitutes a new legal problem. It is not absorbed into the original issue, it stacks. This is where X becomes Y one more time. A single investigation becomes multiple violations because each refusal creates a new legal threshold. Finally, explanation versus justification. Explaining behavior after the fact does not undo the conduct that triggered detention. The law evaluates actions in sequence, not intent in hindsight. By the time explanations arrive, the legal conditions have already been met. This is the core value of the case. Arrest here is not a reaction to attitude. It is the cumulative result of statutory thresholds being crossed one by one without reversal. At this stage, most viewers begin reaching for familiar explanations. The law anticipates those explanations, and it does not rely on them. First, the freedom of speech shield. The Constitution protects expression, not obstruction. Speaking critically, emotionally, or even irrationally is not illegal. But preventing a lawful investigation from identifying who is involved is not speech. It is conduct, and conduct is regulated when it interferes with legal duties. Second, the "just let me call my lawyer" narrative. Requesting counsel does not pause an investigation that has already reached detention. Officers are not required to resolve identity through attorneys, nor are they required to abandon control while waiting for legal representation to appear. Rights attach to processes. They do not replace them. Third, the character defense. Being educated, retired, respected, or well-spoken has no bearing on the objectively reasonable standard. The law does not grade compliance on status. It measures behavior against necessity. Credentials do not immunize actions that obstruct required steps. Fourth, the police brutality frame. The test is not whether force feels excessive to the person experiencing it. The test is whether a reasonable officer would believe physical control was necessary to complete a lawful detention after repeated noncompliance. Here, force follows refusal, not the other way around. This is where X becomes Y again. Argument turns into resistance when it physically prevents the investigation from moving forward. Finally, the "I didn't do anything wrong" assertion. The law does not require a person to understand what they did wrong in the moment. It requires officers to act on what is observable and unresolved. When identity, safety, and probable cause remain unsettled, detention becomes mandatory, not optional. None of these counter-narratives collapse the legal framework at work here. They simply fail to intersect with it. The law is not persuaded by intention. It responds to thresholds. At this point, the remaining question is not legal. It is behavioral. This is not a mental health diagnosis. This is a behavioral pattern. The pattern centers on authority miscalibration, the belief that one can negotiate the existence of authority rather than respond to it. Instead of recognizing that the interaction has shifted into a procedural phase, the individual continues operating as if the situation is rhetorical, where persistence and repetition might reset the outcome. Layered onto this is status insulation. Self-identifying as educated, professional, or socially elevated creates an internal expectation of exemption. When reality does not conform to that expectation, confusion escalates into defiance, not because of malice, but because the internal model is wrong. There is also a visible form of DARVO: deny, attack, reverse, victim, and offender. Questions become accusations. Clarification is reframed as harassment. Control measures are interpreted as persecution. This is not strategy. It is reflex. Weaponized victimhood appears when emotional distress is deployed as a substitute for cooperation. Repeated expressions of fear, disbelief, or outrage are offered in place of compliance, as though volume can override procedure. Finally, entitlement ties the pattern together. Not entitlement to comfort, but entitlement to process, to dictate how an investigation should unfold while remaining inside it. The law does not allow that. This is where X becomes Y once more. Confusion hardens into resistance when behavior no longer adapts to the legal environment it is in. These patterns do not create criminal liability by themselves. They accelerate it when they collide with fixed legal thresholds. The outcome here is not about who someone believes they are. It is about how behavior interacts with authority when negotiation is no longer available. By the end of this encounter, the outcome is no longer theoretical. It is procedural, documented, and final. The investigation concludes with a custodial arrest. The charges are specific and grounded in statute. Domestic battery, based on probable cause, supported by visible injury, corroborating statements, and damaged property, and providing false information during an active investigation based on repeated failures to accurately identify oneself when legally required. From there, the process moves forward automatically. Booking, fingerprinting, a first appearance before a judge, the possibility of bond conditions that restrict contact and access. Temporary separation is not discretionary in this context. In jurisdictions like Florida, domestic battery triggers mandatory intervention. The law does not allow officers to simply cool things down and leave. This is where the system asserts order. Not through moral judgment, not through humiliation, through consequence. The key point is not that someone intended to cause harm. Intent is not the controlling factor here. The controlling factor is whether the legal thresholds were crossed. They were, repeatedly, in sequence, without reversal. This ending feels abrupt because it is meant to. Legal systems are designed to close loops once conditions are met. They do not linger for emotional resolution, and that is the restoration of order. The same rules apply regardless of education, profession, or belief. Freedom does not exist without boundaries, and boundaries do not function if they can be argued away in real time. This was never about winning an argument in a hotel room. It was about what happens when lawful process meets sustained refusal and why, once that collision occurs, the ending cannot be undone.